What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke? Timing.
Well, that doesn't particularly help me with lining up the audio, but that's a good joke.
Thank you.
Come on!
Hello. How we doing, guys? Welcome.
I'm good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how the listeners are, but I'm all right.
Fair enough.
We're here today. We're bringing back a thing that we did last season, where we made a tier list and we ranked famous video game protagonists. But this time, we're doing the bad boys. We're doing famous video game villains in a
Going
tier
very
list.
villainy today, which I'm excited for because I feel like these are more impactful. These are like impactful to games. I feel like if you don't have a good villain in a game, it's a bad game. You know what I mean?
I feel like it depends on the game, no? Because like, what about like Animal Crossing? That's a great game. There's no
Listen, hey, I'm
There's
gonna
no
argue
particular
till the
villain.
day I die. Animal Crossing is not a game. Animal Crossing is like a, it's a bunch of creatures trapped in a digital world, but it's not a game. I've seen the end credit scene. That's
It's
pretty
life.
fair. I've seen the end credit scene, but it's not a game in my opinion. Definitely, it's more
Depends.
more simmy than anything. So like, I feel like, I mean, I guess let's also be fair. You know, Tom Nook is the villain. You know, literally you're just in financial debt to him the entire time.
Our
So
ta-
that
we must obey our Tanuki overlords, otherwise
exactly.
the island will implode.
not really quite the type of villain I'm looking for.
Well, we got a big old list of villains here. We have about 40 villains. I think that's either the same or like one or two more than the protagonists even.
I
But
think so.
before we get on to that, do you have homework game updates, Ryan?
I do. I have been grinding a little bit in the Celeste universe again.
Ooh.
Finally did because I just felt like I found the B side to level 8, the mountain, the apex of the mountain.
Summit.
The summit. Thank you,
Yeah.
summit. I found that, and I haven't found but I haven't found the B sides for I think like levels 4, 6, and 7. I want to say.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just like really, really badly wanted to do another B side, so we just started working on the Summit B side for literally ever, man. Like I think since our last episode and before, I would play it for 30 minutes trying this one area, totally bombing, totally getting so bad. I was like, I gotta stop. But I finally did it, dude. Oh my god, I think this is the part you were talking about, like when
Yeah.
you first were telling me about the game of how hard some of the section is. But there's this one section, man. It's like
Because
8 different really tight jumps and double dashes to get over these stupid fucking spiky crystals, and you
Yeah.
have to hit all of them in like a god string. Oh my god!
you beat the Summit B side, right?
Yes, I beat it. I officially beat it.
Yeah.
It took me
That was
so
definitely
long.
one of the ones. That was one of the moments where it's like, if you can beat that, you can beat the rest of the game. There's
Yeah.
nothing else in the game. There's stuff that's still crazy hard, even compared to that. But like, if you can do that, you can do the rest of it.
Absolutely love. I've said it before, but I love how really well built this game is in terms of like a platformer,
Oh,
the
yeah.
exploration, and really finding all of the juicy nuggets of like like all of the puzzles you have to solve to figure out where everything is. It's super duper cool. Definitely enjoyed it. I'm definitely now at that frustrating grind part of the game now, where it's really like since I've now done almost all the levels, like nothing's as new. So like it's really funny
Yeah.
playing those levels now on normal, not on B side, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
'cause it's
one
not-
whole
it's
jump,
like-
and I'm like, oh, this is easy. It
I
feels
know, isn't
great.
it? That
Yeah.
that just shows how much you've grown.
Yeah, that game, I have a lot of respect for that game. Officially, like I think definitely in terms of like platformers, like anyone I'll talk about, I will definitely talk about Celeste now, like as like a
Hell yeah.
signature platformer. Definitely one of my favorite platformers.
Well, that's-
I think I've played. How about you? You any Chrono Triggering?
I actually haven't.
Oh,
I
you're
haven't
Chrono
played it.
Triggered. Wow, I see.
I'm Chrono Trigger. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I didn't. After I don't think. No, you know what? I might have played it like a. No, because last we left off, I was in the Reptite, about to enter the Reptite Den or whatever, and I still
Correct.
haven't
Yes.
gone into that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I haven't had the chance to sit down and play in a while, but I'm excited to.
Yeah, I know we've both been kind of busy with just like event stuff,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, you won a dang tourney.
Yeah,
a biggin.
Yeah, cool ass news. I won a national tournament, which is like weird to say. I haven't really said it out loud too much, but it's pretty hyped.
Ryan's famous now.
Pretty hyped to be honest with you. I'm unofficial number 36. Normally it's top 50, but this year they only announced like 35. Like like they had articles type top players. And so, like, if you win the Arcadian, like, suppose you're quote unquote king of the shitters. You know what I mean? You're like king of anyone that's not top ranked. And there was a couple extra that were also banned. So, like, technically not 36, but like it technically is right behind it. You know what I mean? So the only crazy thing I want to talk about, in regards to that, is the week after, like 3 days later, that Tuesday, my local, I beat Kais, my number 1 in Connecticut, in winners, and flip this old school player that like just came back, who was top 10 in the game when he was playing, what pretty much was like seeded number 2. I 3-0'd him right after, and I put both of them to losers, and I was sitting in grands. I then totally choked that. We're not going to talk about the rest of it, but winning those 2 in a row was awesome. And I definitely now I have like a big target on my back. Like, and it's really funny. Everybody wants to try to beat me
Everyone's
now.
coming after you.
Yeah, my ego is swollen to like a whole new level. It's really good.
Let's get on to some villains, some big old bad boys.
So of course, sorry, I hate to say this now. Of course, looking at this, one villain finally came into my head that I feel like we should add. I need to ask if we could add Handsome Jack from the Borderlands series, Borderlands 2.
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack is like especially nowadays, like he's like a modern villain icon. He's like on villain Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
I feel like
I know of Handsome Jack too. We'll place him, but we'll just have to remember where we put him.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do it. We'll save him for the very end.
So we have 40 villains here, 41 because we're gonna add Handsome Jack into this. We should do the same rule as last time, where we each get one. No arguing. We each get one placement where we're allowed to say this character is going here, and the other person cannot refute it. They can't use their own thing to
push it back. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And how do you want to get into this? Oh, we should also mention the tiers, of course.
Oh yes, of course.
We have 5 tiers. We have S tier for superior villain, top-notch villain. We have A tier for awesomely villainous. We have B tier for bad boy. We have C tier for just commonly villainous, kind of common. D tier for doesn't scare me. And then F tier for fuck off. Just don't even
just an actual. It's just a sham that you're a villain. Like like your name alone might have carried you onto this list, but you're not going to give us. You're not getting respect from us. Let's talk about. I want to kind of do like more of a classic one. Let's actually start off with the ghosts from Pac-Man. I was hovering over Bowser for anyone that wasn't looking. Tried to do
ghosts.
The ghosts from Pac-Man. I think
this is interesting because villains. Would you consider that? Are they villains really, or is Pac-Man really the villain?
I think Pac-Man's definitely invading their world.
They seem pretty fine. Inky, what are their names? Inky,
Blinky,
Pinky, Clyde,
Pinky and Clyde. Yeah.
Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde.
Clyde, god damn it. Listen, honestly, man, I throw it right in the D. Doesn't scare me. These ghosts don't scare me, especially from the game. You get those. You use your magic pill. You have to eat them. They kind of come back, but you have to eat them all the time. You're kind of in control when it comes to this villain. They don't really. I don't really want to give them a fuck off. Not to start off the tier list, but I think I would put them in a D. I think it doesn't scare me is my vote.
they're not particularly villainous villains, but I actually like them a little bit more.
Oh,
I wouldn't
interesting.
want
Okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't want to go high. I think I would just push for C, just because I do think they are the classic, and
Hmm.
also you gotta admit, like when that game gets going and they start going fast and they get you in a corner, your heart starts
That
pumping
that is a little scary. There's definitely some adrenaline that can get pumped
so,
into you from Pac-Man.
a little bit.
You
And
know,
they
I think
got
maybe
they have clear. You know what? They do canonically have distinct personalities, and that shows in their gameplay. Do you know they actually have separate patterns? Each color has a
no, I
different
did not.
like style. Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
like
That's kind
one
of
of them.
cool. That's
Certain ones
respectful.
are like more aggressive and they'll try and go straight for you, and other ones will
Hmm.
try and like block you off or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they are programmed to react to you differently.
Interesting. I did not know that actually. You know, I think
Yeah.
for the sake of that makes a middle ground start. This is a good like above or below of caliber. I think I'll agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's start it in C tier. We can start see how that goes. You know, maybe we'll argue it depending on
C
how
tier is our
filled
big
out.
boo's haunt.
Yeah,
C tier, commonly villainous is our average benchmark.
yeah. I feel like
All
this will
right.
be a good way to check too, because you know if C gets a little too filled, maybe things get sprinkled down, or up, who knows? But yeah, I think I like that C tier. C tier.
All right. Let's go to the next one. I want to get some out of the way that I'm not super familiar about because full disclosure, a lot of characters on this list are ones that I just know are famous video game villains, even if I haven't played the games or don't know a lot about them. One of those is Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn is definitely a badass. I believe he's been in every Mortal Kombat game or every one except one. It might be
Hmm.
every one. But I don't. Mortal Kombat's a weird one because it's like the whole thing is that like it's a fighting tournament type thing. So I don't know exactly how he factors in as like a villain as opposed to just an antagonistic
Yeah,
combatant, right?
yeah. I feel like that is kind of one of the hard things with because there isn't as much. I mean, I know there is a story to like the universe in
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, um, but it obviously for most people that play the game until you're deep into like and passionate about the game, it's really more just about like you know it's a
Yeah.
fighting tournament, like you said, like the fighting game of it. Um, from what I can see and a quick read, his godlike strength with rivals, if not exceeds that of Raiden. He is known for his extreme callousness, brutality, ferocity in battle, and fondness for personal executions. Although he's occasionally spared the lives of his subordinates after proving their worth to him. Very, very villainy. That sounds very villainy. Um,
Okay.
I mean, right out of the gate with that, callousness, brutality, ferocity. I feel like those are common traits for a lot of villains, so definitely good points there.
I do think those
Um,
are common traits, and I'm while known as a difficult boss, received praise for his design, in-game abilities, mannerisms, particularly his mocking and taunting of players. That's always good to have a guy that you can hate. Other than that, though, he kind of seems like yeah, I think
I kind of
B
like
bad
B.
boy.
I
That
think he's
makes
a bad
sense.
boy. What you gonna do? I think he's a bad boy.
I was I
Um,
was gonna say common just because he seems like a generic like I want to you know bad guy. I want to conquest stuff, but like it seems like there's enough care into his character.
I think definitely the edge lord inside of me likes him a little bit more than C, just because he looks cool. Like he definitely has
That's
like
fair.
he's got
That's
menacing
fair.
sharp points and angles in his armor.
That's
Like it's
valid. He's got
always
a
good for me.
badass design
He
for
definitely
sure.
has a badass design. So yeah, I think B tier. I think it's
All right,
definitely I think he's just naturally more scary than the Pac-Man ghosts. I think it makes sense.
B tier for Shao Kahn. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very true. Definitely a
yeah.
tier above the ghosts. All right, who are we doing next?
All right, next I think we're gonna go a little old school. Let's talk actually
Old
about
school.
King K. Rool. I think King K.
King
Rool,
K. Rule.
an interesting Nintendo, or really more rare for King K. Rool for
Yeah,
starting.
rare.
The definitely the big villain to Donkey Kong. I kind of want to look up. I don't really know now that I'm thinking about it. Like what
He's
his
the leader of the Kremlings.
he's the leader of the Kremlings, but like what his actual like goals are. Like
He just wants to steal their bananas. That's what he does. He steals the
yep,
banana horde. And I'm pretty sure
yes.
it's kind of one of those classic video game villain things like, "Oh no, this bad guy took our stuff, so now we got to get it back."
Mm.
And I think K. Rool is definitely iconic, and especially his recent inclusion in Smash Bros. Ultimate was like a huge. Everyone loved that, and that's something people have been asking for a long time. But I kind of feel a little bit like K. Rool's doesn't have as much going on. I don't know. It's Donkey Kong's Bowser or
Yeah,
Donkey Kong's King Dedede or
so
something.
I was just gonna say, I feel like K. Rool is definitely just like, oh, let's just make a big, evil looking, evil-ish looking like I don't know, jungle themed character, like a crocodile as like the villain, or is it an alligator? Crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
something, a reptile.
yeah, I think yeah, reptile, crocodile, something like that. Um,
He's a He's described as being demented and unbalanced. And also he has I
that's a little
think a
villainy.
good point for him is that he has his different aliases. So there's Captain K. Rool where he's dressed as like a pirate captain, and then there's Baron K. Rulenstein, and then
Baron
King
K.
Crusher K.
Rulenstein.
Rool. But like I think almost always King K. Rool is just exclusively played for laughs. And I think we'll talk about some goofy villains later, ones that I think are done worse and ones that I think are done better. My opinion, I kind of want to put K. Rool right where you have him right now in C for commonly villainous.
I pretty much agree. I think that makes the most sense to me too. A commonly villainous
Yeah.
character. All right.
Let's move on then. I'm
continue.
gonna pick Dracula. And full disclosure, this is something else we need to mention too. There are characters on here that do not originate from video games, but are counted amongst famous video game villains for specific appearances in specific games or specific series. And of course, Dracula is the main villain of the Castlevania games, of several Castlevania games. Very iconic. I think this artwork we have right here is from Symphony of the Night.
Yep. So unbelievably badass. Like
Yeah, for
in
sure.
my opinion, I'm a huge I think Dracula's like one of the coolest looking like
Oh yeah.
he's like he just is like he's the vampire dude. Like he is
Well, I just want to touch on that too, because like Dracula, the character, goes back a long time in the history of literature and media, and there have been so many different portrayals of Dracula. Some that are super cheesy, some that are like kind of weird and niche. And I think this is such a cool depiction of him. He's so badass. He's got the long, sleek hair. He's super handsome, but also super menacing.
yeah, he
And of
just
course,
I was gonna say, he really, yeah, he's like incredibly striking. Like he has like a, like almost like a like that like hypnotic look where you're like you want to stare at him, man. Like which is like I think it's like I don't know I like that type of power that like it's like a suave I don't know it's a suaveness that like a villainous suaveness like
yeah.
like a twist the mustache as you might say like suaveness and I like that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. And of course, he has the famous line, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets."
That's a good line. That's a badass line.
That's great.
Yeah, I think
You have him.
I
You
think
keep
Dracula.
putting him. You keep putting these guys right where I was gonna suggest to put them for the most part. Dracula, I think, fits perfectly in A for awesomely villainous.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he almost breaches the superior villain
Yeah,
mark in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple characters that do his I don't know, his things a little bit maybe better or more like iconically.
his shtick.
Let's say. I feel like
Yeah.
almost I think one of the only things that like stinks about him being based on like this like literature base, just like Dracula's again almost like an icon more than a person almost for vampires
Yeah.
and things like that is because of that. Like I almost like the
Yeah,
uniqueness
definitely.
to some of the I would say top villains on this tier list. Although I think one of the most important aspects of like a good evil villain character is just that like I guess almost like just the straight like arrogance looking down upon like typically like humanity or like common like I don't know things that bind us together that they just have no regard for no care for they want to destroy like that type of like not just like like greed is almost too weak of an evil type of like emotion for me. Like I really like that
Okay.
quote, for example, like what is man, just a miserable little pile of secrets, seems so
Yeah,
he's
that's like
transcended he's transcended humanity. Humans are nothing compared to like what he is.
Yeah.
And like I think it's such a powerful aspect to a villain, and I really do like that
For
a
sure.
lot with him.
I don't think that's necessary, but when a villain has like such a deep-seated like philosophical hatred of something or disdain for something, that's very powerful because it's like they're so detached that it just makes you, I don't know, the separation is so far that it just makes their villainy that much more villainous.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think awesomely villainous. I think this is definitely upper echelon
All right.
villain material. Not quite
keep it rolling.
the tippy top. Let's I think we have another one that I'm like, you know, a little unfamiliar with overall. With Albert Wesker.
Albert Wesker.
I
Albert
believe,
Wesker
yeah,
is
it's Resident Evil,
the
right?
antagonist, yeah, from the Resident Evil series. This is another one too. I haven't played any Resident Evil games, but I'm familiar with the franchise and with like some of the movies and stuff. Even in all of those, like he's portrayed in a bunch of different ways.
I want to put him a little bit higher, even though he's kind of like a generic, you know, human villain, which I feel like sometimes,
Okay.
again, like villains kind of can really spiral out of the humanity type control range a lot of times.
Well-
He's one of those villains because he's like the mad scientist almost, right? Like, you know, he like
I don't think it's mad scientist. I think it's more of like he's you find out he's dirty and responsible for this and he's doing really shady stuff. Not mad scientist like some of the guys that we'll get to on this list, but more
Yeah.
just like bad dude. Really bad dude doing things with weird views or something.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to go for like in
Yeah.
that like like trope, if you will. But yeah, I guess you're right. I guess maybe like mad scientist might be like too harsh of a descriptor. But
So
I
if
think
we- Wes-
I think
if we
personally I want
listen
to put
to
him at
the
bad
Wes-
boy.
We can do bad boy. This is
Yeah.
Wesker seeks to replace humanity through mass extinction and forced evolution, believing it to be an evolutionary dead end. To this end, he's affiliated with the Umbrella Corporation as one of its most promising researchers, and at the same time participates in illicit activities by going undercover as a STARS captain in Raccoon City. So it's kind of like that shady. He's involved with the whole outbreak, and it's kind of like, I kind of want to put him in C just because it feels a little bit to me like one of those doomsday villains where it's like, I want to get rid of humanity. I don't know. I haven't played these games, so I don't have a ton to go off of. But to be fair, the main reason I put Albert Wesker on this list is because I was looking up some of the most famous video game villains, and he constantly kept popping up. So clearly people are a fan of his representation in these games.
I mean, it's hard because this game, like Resident Evil's been around for so long that like I almost want to argue this probably isn't the very first like I must save humanity by destroying it type
Oh, definitely. not.
atmosphere. But this is a pretty old series. This might be one of the first ones that like took off and really did well, maybe for video games at least. So like I almost want to give it some credit
Could
for
be.
that. I feel like just because we didn't experience it, like to us
You
it
think Bad
seems
Boy?
very, you know, very routine. Like, oh, I've seen this before. But this could be one of
That's
like this.
probably fair. I'm okay. We can put it in Bad Boy then. We can put
Okay.
Albert
All right.
Wesker in Bad Boy if you
I
want.
don't know why I'm fighting for Wesker right now. I don't even know him. But
I
let's,
don't even know this guy.
Yeah, I don't even know this guy. You know,
Who
listen,
is this dude?
He's just influenced me very much. But all right, you pick one.
All right, let's keep rolling along. I'm gonna go with a more recent one compared to some on this list. We're gonna do Lady Dimitrescu.
Ooh, okay. Another. That's the newest Resident Evil, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Resident
Resident
Evil
Evil.
Village. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big mommy vibes.
Yes, big mommy vibes.
Big
your
mommy
classic,
goth lady
Yeah, your classic
hot vibes.
goth GF grown up, with giant
Yeah.
claws.
Very, very scary.
Yeah,
I
she-
haven't played this game, but I have seen of quite a few cutscenes of her like tossing desks and being scary and stuff. She's a scary lady.
She's very
And also
scary.
hot.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, mommy. I mean, mommy. I mean,
Mommy, sorry.
yeah.
I mean, mommy, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I 100% agree. I actually, this game, I haven't played, but I actually, me, Jess, and Haley have all watched, like, actually, like, a lot of, like, streamer playthroughs of this game because it was really, like, a
yeah,
hot topic game to watch. So we
yeah,
actually,
definitely.
I've seen a decent amount of this game in particular, not, I guess, not actually playing it, but I totally agree. I think especially with how good and dramatic, games can be on these new consoles and how detailed she is terrifying. She has such a presence, such a height difference over you in the camera when
Yeah.
she's mad at you and she reaches down and grabs you. It is so terrifying. It absolutely, like, absolutely. She has two big, beautiful claws that really can scare you when she gets angry. And I really, I personally, I want to put her. I'm hovering between A and B here. I think she actually does
Okay.
strike a lot of terror. I think she's also not overdone, which I think is really cool. I think she's got a
Yeah.
very clean look to her. She still strikes
Her
that
her
fear.
her little final design thing, the final form or whatever. Have you seen that?
Yep. Yes, I
The
have.
transformed form or whatever. It's nuts. It's
It's a little
crazy.
freaky. It's a little freaky,
I'm okay
Sir.
going with A. I don't really have a ton to go off of, but I think it's part of the whole thing of her being iconic is of course the big mommy energy. But
Yes.
to be fair, like it's always a plus when characters have such iconic designs that I feel like they transcend their game a little bit.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cosplayers. Yep.
Well, yeah, sure. All right, let's move on. A tier, A tier,
Sorry.
awesomely villainous.
Yeah, A tier. I think A tier.
All right.
Like awesomely villainous. I think I want to go. One of my personal favorite villains, OG villain. I have him on my keychain actually. Doctor Wily, the villain, the
Ah,
antagonist of Mega Man. Um,
okay.
the worldwide Wily Web evilness. Personally, like, again, I like Wily a lot. I think he's like classic, just evil scientist, like evil. Like he. I don't know. I like him a lot. I think he's a solid A tier just from like the iconicness of him. Although he personally isn't that scary. I think the he always has that like behind the scenes shadow puppet empire in most of the games that he plays. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of you gotta give him some props for that overall. Um, Personally, I put him in A tier. I don't know how you feel. I don't know if you really were a big Mega Man guy. Um,
I like Mega Man. I was never super into the games,
mhm.
but Doctor Wily. This is actually one of the ones I was gonna put in D tier for doesn't scare me. Look, Doctor Wily. Listen. There are several mad scientists on this list, and I think they all do it better than Doctor Wily. He looks like who's the other scientist? Doctor Light, right?
Dr. Light, yeah.
Yeah, Doctor Light could like beat the shit out of this dude with one flick of his finger, and this old fart would go falling down the stairwell. He hides behind his electronics and his inventions, and again, that's a trope that's already on this list in better ways. I'm not super into Doctor Wily, and I think he looks stupid.
Oh, you're crazy. I love his wild mustache hair on the sides of his head. I love his wild mini mustache that totally matches the sides of his head. Um, he's got the giant butt chin. He's just a good looking character. I mean, I understand that. Again, I think this is probably one of my deepest nostalgic cuts. All right, let me argue for at least give me a common villainous. Give me a C tier at least on this.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean,
Because
you could. Yes, never mind. That's where we're putting him. C tier. Yes.
oh, you were gonna let me go B tier. Wow, you were gonna
No,
actually
no, no.
you were gonna give me
I
the
don't think I
double
was.
tier up. Wow,
I don't
wow. All
think I
right, no,
was.
it's fine. It's fine.
C tier.
It's been decided. It's been decided. We'll go C tier for Dr. Wily, much to my dismay. But you pick your next
All
one.
right, my turn. All right. Well, since we're on the topic of mad scientists, I think the main one that does it better that you're hovering over right now is good old Doctor Robotnik, Eggman. He is classic. First of all, his design inspired by Teddy Roosevelt. He is super iconic. He's in the shape of an egg. Look at that mustache. There's clear variations between classic Eggman and then like modern Eggman with the weird freakishly long legs and like shoes that go into pants that go into like his body. Eggman is an absolute freak. And
he is terrifying.
And he is the thing that's cool about Eggman, and he has kind of the whole thing that you're talking about with Dr. Wily, where it's like in every game, Eggman has this weird sort of like shadow empire of like you start to get into areas where like Eggman is fully taken over. It's all of his robots that have taken over, and especially in the original Sonic games, they start out in levels that are a lot more green. There's a lot more natural growth and stuff, and then eventually you get to more mechanical, more robotic, weirder, unnatural levels. And the whole point of that progression kind of goes with some of the original Sonic series' themes, which is like nature versus industrialization and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think Eggman is a great example of just a doofy, stupid. He's generic mad scientist, but I think he's the epitome of that trope.
Of that trope. All right, I could definitely see where that comes from. Sonic definitely being a way bigger universe than the good old Rockman. But actually, honestly, I can't even really argue with you. On everything you said is super true with Eggman. I was like, so would you put him in the S tier? I would personally. I think based on reputation alone, I think he really should be a S tier villain, because I mean, again, if he's the epitome of such an evil trope, you know, mad wacky scientist is definitely like a villain trope, like it has to be. I would honestly argue putting him in the superior villain tier, you know, and
you know what, I'll leave it up to you. I'll just tell you that I was actually gonna say A, and my reasoning for that is there are some villains on this list that are able to be played as both menacing in some games and goofy in other games. And I feel like particularly in some of the more modern Sonic games, a lot of the newer 3D Sonic games, it's just a little his shtick gets a little old. He's kind of always played as like stupid and bumbling, but also mad genius. I'll leave it up to you if you want to stick him in A or S.
Yeah, I think we'll. I'm going to stick him in S for the sake of having somebody in S to start. Again, we might bump it down. If I get demoted, you know, it's okay.
I am the Eggman. I am the master plan. I am the Eggman.
Oh my god, that song! I guess honestly, that song is evil enough as it is to get stuck in your head like that. So I think it really should be superior. Let's just keep going. I think let's go with.
Let's keep moving.
I want to go a little more offbeat of a villain. I think I want to talk about Ripto from good old Spyro. Ripto's Rage or Rampage? Is it Ripto's Rampage or Ripto's Rage?
I think it's Ripto's Revenge.
No, Ripto's Rage.
Is it Ripto's Rage?
Yeah, Ripto's Rage. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage.
Okay. I'm considering using my go-to for this one. I think Ripto is the worst villain on this list. I think he's so stupid.
What?
He's so dumb.
Oh my god.
He's Saturday morning cartoon villain vibes, but bad. But bad Saturday morning cartoon. He's the Saturday morning cartoon villain after all of the good recurring ones show up, and then like they just need another villain for a filler episode, and then Ripto comes in, and no one gives a shit. He's not menacing. I'm not into Ripto. I want Ripto to go in F.
And he's your fuck off. He's your fuck off no matter what.
Fuck off.
That's hilarious.
I'm not using my thing.
Okay, but you're arguing. But that's where you're putting him.
That's where I want to put him as F.
I think it's totally fair. I think Spyro villains are meant to be very, very zany and wacky and goofballish, if you will. He's not as evil as Moneybags to me. You know, so that's totally fine. Moneybags is the worst goddamn character on this planet. I will murder Moneybags.
His design is so stupid,
dude, too. You even picked the high-res image of him. PlayStation
Which looks
1
so
Ripto,
much worse.
PlayStation 1 Ripto is so fucking punchable. His face, because it's just like an open polygon, and he's just like laughing. He's like, you literally just want to smack him in the face. He looks so
Yeah,
bad. I could
he's
easily, I
highly
honestly, hey,
punchable.
listen, I think a fuck off makes perfect sense. I think it's a
Good,
really good
thank God.
spot to put him. Is fuck off. I think I like him as
Which
a villain,
sucks.
but like, but
Common enemies are more
he's so
intimidating than
he's
him.
so bad that he's bad. Okay,
Yeah,
that's just how it is. So that's fair. That's fair. All right, you pick the next one.
good. Oh, okay. I was so strong about that I thought I had picked it. Let's go with Gygus from Earthbound, or Gygus.
Gygus. That's at least
Gygus.
how I've always said it. I think it's I think it's like a Gygus, but Gygus. I'm going with Gygus.
No, I still haven't beaten Earthbound. I have seen the final battle and like the final cutscene and stuff, and I know it's very jarring and very scary. And Gygus
It's freaky.
itself is it's like a weird ethereal like scary pure evil type.
Known
of
as the
villain, right?
embodiment of evil and the universal
Yeah.
cosmic destroyer.
Yeah, that's
That's quite
That's
the resume.
scary.
That's quite the resume on a villain.
yeah.
Personally, I think he is a superior villain.
Really?
Almost like on a canonical power scale aspect. I think this is definitely where some of my bias is gonna come in of listen, JRPG villains or I don't know, JRPG villains are almost always godlike entities. So I feel like I want to argue
Yeah.
this for so many of them. But literally Gygus is like a cosmic time level villain that is going to destroy the fabric of reality if not stopped.
Yeah.
And is it almost like the vastness and it's since it's almost not even a thing, it's an alien, but it's almost because it's this pure embodiment of evil and it's all evil
Yeah.
things.
Well,
It's almost
it's
not
super
even
interesting
a thing.
too, because
Yeah.
if you just compare the design from the first Mother game to Earthbound, it's so different. Because in the
Yeah.
first one, he literally looks like an alien floating in some sort of suspended, weird contraption thing, and
Yup.
in this, it's this weird, terrifying, red warped skull in space thing. It is freaky.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely freaky.
If you want to put him in S, I'm okay putting him in S. I think my pitch for maybe, and I'm leaving this up to you, is that you were saying with some JRPG villains, some of which we will talk about on this list, they appear as godlike entities, and I think a big perk of JRPGs is that they're able to, usually they're longer games and there's a lot of dialogue and text heavy stuff, where they're able to build on that character over time and build on their presence and do a ramping up sort of, the evil is coming to a breaking point, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they don't particularly do that with Gygus.
Well, I guess that's fair. I mean, he kind of is introduced. I guess you really don't even know what he is, but he's right out of the gate.
Yeah, you know what? I take that back.
He's kind of they're kind of hey, listen, man, I know you're just a kid and you're just in your pajamas and shit, but there's this evil thing that you have to literally save the entire fabric of reality right now.
You know
and
what?
You have to go on.
I
this
take
journey.
that back because the entire plot of those games is so simply crazy, weird, evil stuff has started happening everywhere, and it's all caused by him. Yeah.
Exactly.
So never mind.
Yeah, I think he.
All right, put him in S tier.
Yeah, he's a. Listen, if you can make dogs and snakes just evil and attack you for no reason,
He turns an entire town into zombies.
yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, personally, I think S tier makes sense. Moving on, I think let's go.
Go for it.
We're gonna change it up a little bit. I think we're gonna go Whizpig. Whizpig, the Whizpig villain from Diddy Kong Racing.
What's your pitch?
I think he's a bad boy. I think
He's a bad boy.
I think he's got some evilness to him. He's got a very evil face, for a pig. They definitely gave him just very, very evil.
Generally evil face for a pig.
Very evil caricature type features to this pig, and also as a little child, trying to drive and race Whizpig, I was terrified that he was going to stomp on me. And just like
Okay.
the intro, he's pretty giant. It's kind of scary in my opinion. Pigs could be scary. Wizards could be scary. Wizards and pigs together, that's pretty terrifying. Um,
Okay.
but
I'm
he
not
does
a
get
big.
beat up by a bunch of baby animals in cars, so I feel like you can't give him too much. So I think Bad Boy. I think he's
I'm
scarier
not a
than
big.
King K. Rule.
I'm not a big whiz pig guy. I was gonna suggest D.
Really? Ooh,
Yeah.
it doesn't scare you. You weren't afraid of that
I think.
giant thing stepping on you when you were Diddy Kong
I
or
think he's
playing
relatively stupid.
Tipsy?
Well, you know what? The artwork that we have here is like high resolution, uh, like nice, good artwork, and the
Hmm.
illustrations of him look like that, and they're scary. But like in the N64 game, he doesn't really look like that at all. He kind of just looks like a big pig,
I
and
mean, he
like
is.
he's. I just looked up stuff to see if there was anything interesting about him, and his wiki page on like the villains thing is like not even a paragraph long. There's nothing. He's just an evil pig.
Dude, he decided to attempt to conquer his own planet out of boredom. He succeeded and transformed his homeworld into a high-tech amusement park called Future Funland. Eventually,
Yeah.
Wizpig once again grew bored and decided to leave his planet to look for excitement on other inhabited worlds.
I don't know. That just seems like a child that was let loose for too long and was able to cause havoc.
Not
That's
evil
not a very
enough.
scary villain to me.
All right. I could definitely. Do you want to put him at a full fuck off? Do you want to give him the capital F? Is he
I
Ripto
would be
worthy?
okay with that.
Is he high five and Ripto just in the pit of hell, the deep pit of hell we have for them?
Ripto's worse. I think Ripto's a full tier worse.
All right, I think
Let's keep
put him,
Wizpig in D.
let's put him in D tier and see where it
Okay.
goes.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right. Let's go. I'm
My
sorry.
turn.
Actually, I
You
picked my
Wizpig.
bad. You're right.
Let's get another one out of the way. I don't know that much about. I didn't play Skyrim. Let's go with Alduin.
Ooh. Ooh. What do you think?
I don't know a lot about Alduin. All besides that, he's basically just big, scary, evil, ancient dragon, which is cool enough on its own.
Definitely a trope.
I don't know.
High fantasy trope. I think all he has going for him is a very scary dragon. I think especially because Skyrim, honestly, so many people and their journey in Skyrim was not even caring about the story, and Alduin
Oh,
just
yeah.
Alduin literally is like, it's so funny because I feel like if you played the game as like the game was intended, he could be a very scary build-up villain. This dragon's come back to like wreak havoc over the world. One thing I really do love is I love when dragons are so powerful. There's like few in existence because they're so mythologically
Yeah.
strong. I love
Yeah,
that type
definitely.
of dragon versus like a dragon tails or like dragons are a common creature in the world and
Yeah,
like
for sure.
and Alduin has that, but I think the impact
He's also
of,
called the World Eater.
yes,
That's
yeah,
pretty badass.
that's pretty badass. But like I feel like impact in the game, he really is not that scary because listen, man, you fight other dragons and you just kind of club them with like your fists if you want to. By the time you get to Alduin and you've done everything and you're the goddamn archmage, you're the gray fox, you're this, that, and the fifth, like everything, you just literally shit on Alduin. Like it doesn't even matter. So like I feel like
Yeah.
I want to give him just bad boy. I feel like his presence alone gives
Yeah,
him
okay.
bad boy status. But you can't give
He's
him
a bad
A or
boy
S.
dragon.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
Yeah.
Dragon. Yeah.
That's
He doesn't
cool.
play by
to
the
me.
rules,
That's cool
you
to
know?
me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think let's go into one that Corey's more of an expert on. That Corey might have more of a solid, a strong opinion on. Let's go with Giovanni from Pokemon. Giovanni. Now, I'm interested to see what Corey thinks about this because this could possibly be my Ripto. Maybe not quite Ripto status personally. I put Giovanni in like a C or a D, like it doesn't scare or a commonly villainous.
Wow.
I think he's
That's a hot take, Ryan.
listen, man. I put him in the netting of a Dr. Eggman or a Dr. Wily, where like it's more of his shadow puppetry. Team Rocket is the threat, not the man behind the desk. You got a fucking Persian. That's it. Like you have a Persian, like ooh, scary looking cat. Ooh, you're just a dude in a suit. Like whoop de doo. I don't know. He's
Interesting.
That's just me. That's just me. I know he is very iconic. You know, he's definitely the most human villain. I feel like out of everyone here. Maybe Andrew Ryan or Albert Wesker probably is too, because those are very human villains. But I don't know.
So I wanted to include a Pokemon villain.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only true choice was Giovanni because I think he's far and away the best villain of that franchise. And I think it's important. I don't know how much you're thinking of the anime Giovanni because I'm not factoring him in at all. I'm just thinking of straight up game Giovanni, and he is the epitome of. He's literally the leader of a crime syndicate that runs Kanto. And it's like you're a 10-year-old off on your journey, and after you beat the first gym, you start hearing rumors of like, oh dang, Team Rocket's up to no good again. Then they start popping up all over the place. They steal fossils. They take over the biggest company in the region. They are running an entire secret base underneath the game corner.
I mean, Wily's done that. You know, Wily did it in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like Mega Man has to go through an entire bunker of robots and shit. You know what I mean? Like
that's my
King K. Rool's bananas. You know what I mean? Like and he steals companies. It's the same.
Okay, but Wily has to rely on his machines. Giovanni relies on nothing but his intimidation and the people that do the work for him. That is real life mafia shit. He is literally the godfather of Pokemon. And I think it's super important to note the way that he's presented in the game is one of the most badass ways a villain is presented. Because you go through Viridian City and you can't get into the gym yet. That's the first gym you pass, and the guy's like, the gym leader's not here. He's always kind of gone, and some people don't even know who he is. And in the official art, it's not even full artwork of him. Well, in this one it is. But in the original official artwork, you can't see him. He's like in shadow, so he's basically just a silhouette. You go through the whole game, you run into him twice, you battle him twice, and then you get the sense that, like, okay, he's behind everything that Team Rocket has been doing. You take him down at Silphco, and you kind of clear out Team Rocket for good. You finish up your journey, you get to the 8th gym leader, and who is it but Giovanni? And his dialogue after you beat him is really cool because he's basically like, ha ha ha, like, okay, you've made me realize like how much I appreciate being a Pokemon trainer, basically. And he's kind of like, all right, you win, kid. Like, I'll call off all my goons and stuff like that.
Yeah, really evil, defeated by a 10-year-old. Yeah.
No, that's what he's so badass that whether or not evil is being committed is all up to his own whim.
Okay,
he's able to call it all off with the snap of a finger.
That's a good point.
And then the entire plot of the Gen 2 games is that Team Rocket wants to bring Giovanni back. That's the entire plot of those games. Is that Team Rocket is back and they just want Giovanni back.
All right. Those are good points. Those are very all right. So where would you put him?
A or S?
Wow. Yeah. Man, I was gonna promote him to bad boy, you know, but man, A or S. Interesting. I think I got.
Well, you wanted to put him low, so we can. Let's do A or B. We'll compromise A or B.
Let's put him A. You actually made such strong points, and I feel like I'm not giving him enough credit for what he's allowed to do within his own game and world and story.
Yeah,
you're right. That is honestly all encompassing.
He is the Pokemon Godfather. Like he's lit, and that's what's cool too.
That's because a pretty badass title.
When you compare him to future Pokemon villains, a lot of times the leader of the evil team has this big, crazy, like Lysander from X and Y. He's kind of like, oh, I want to destroy the world to make it more beautiful, and it's kind of like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? This guy doesn't make any sense. Giovanni isn't looking to necessarily like dominate the world. He's just trying to make money. He's just a crime boss. He's just trying to exude his powers, reach his powerful hand through the veins of Kanto to make as much money as he can. That's like real life villain shit.
Yeah, all right. That's pretty good. That's all right. Yeah, I guess I can give it to you. I'll give him A tier. I think
Okay.
you that was a great argument. I would say overall. All right, pick it up. Keep
Okay.
moving.
Let's go with Flowey.
Flowey, ooh, the Undertale
Flowey.
villain.
Have you
Uh,
played Undertale?
I have not, which people will be very mad to hear. I know I need to, really want to, just for whatever reason, I just have not gotten to it yet. Uh,
So Flowey doesn't have like a huge presence in the game. I think Flowey shows up in the very beginning and then like at the very end.
oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
but Flowey is insanely memorable because Flowey does the biggest, craziest heel turn. Like you just look at him right now. He's just like a nice, friendly little flower, and then he starts to do weird like Doki Doki Literature Club game breaking stuff,
Oh
like
shit.
like suspenseful horror movie stuff, like to the game, and starts weird, gross amalgamations of stuff, and he becomes this like crazy, insane final boss, and like it's I don't know. It's very scary.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Definitely like a mind freak kind of like
Yeah,
character.
he's
Okay. Interesting.
he's the
Interesting.
kind of villain where like he talks nice, he pretends to talk nice, and then literally on a dime he'll turn and like say some really fucked up shit.
Okay, like a full psychotic. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay. I actually really like that type of character a lot. So I
yeah,
definitely am already giving bonus points based on the description alone. I know that again. I know this is definitely a game that I do really want to get under my belt, so I probably will have to play it soon, especially since Deltarune.
it's a you would love it,
I've
dude.
heard. I've been told so many times. It's just like one of those things where it's like I don't know why I'm always like, what can I do? But what should I play before I start playing this? But anyways, yeah, I would. I think I'd put him maybe. I think maybe I'd throw him right into like. I think I would probably
Do,
say bad boy tier.
do you?
I
I'm
feel
okay
like
with that.
I think
Um,
I feel like there are just still a couple more people that I think are just exude more evil, more like Mermaid Man
well,
evil.
that's that's. I mean, I would want to put him higher, but like I don't have a ton of reason other than I think he's scary. But you're gonna play Undertale at some point, right?
Yes.
So do you want like I was gonna say look up the picture of his final form, but if you I think it might even be better if you're planning on playing it to not have that spoiled
Okay.
because
Then I
it's
won't.
crazy. Okay, all right, don't look it up then.
Okay, I will look it up. Yeah, I've just seen what this normal looking uh flower.
Or
Yeah.
how about this? How about this? Look up at least so you can get a sense. Look up evil Flowey and just look at what the first picture is that pops up.
Ooh, whoa. Oh yeah, yeah. Super evil face. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's
He's
definitely
a scary little flower.
that's a little freaky. That's a little freaky.
That doesn't even scratch the surface.
Interesting.
But yeah, we'll put him in B. We'll put him in B.
Okay, we'll put him in B for now. Again, we can argue other things. I could very easily in a future episode be like, wow, you're totally right. Flowey is fucking terrifying. Who knows?
All right,
All
let's
right.
keep moving.
Let's go GLaDOS. How about GLaDOS?
Oh,
GLaDOS is an interesting one.
I'm just gonna. This is my. You can't argue. GLaDOS is an S tier villain.
Okay, thank God, thank you. Okay, cool.
GLaDOS
I
GLaDOS is one of
totally
the
agree.
best villains on this list. She is so like whoever wrote the dialogue for GLaDOS needs an award because she is the funniest like robot ever. And
Yeah,
she
I
is such a
agree.
perfect she has the perfect presence throughout the whole game. She is just constantly berating you and saying like mean shit, like talking about your weight and like your dead parents and stuff and like how you're incompetent in the trials and
I was
and
gonna
then
say I
like
totally agree. I
and then after you almost die, she's like, "Remember that time when I told you that there was cake and there wasn't cake and then you almost died? Good times."
oh my God, I totally agree. I think GLaDOS is so iconic.
Yeah.
And really, I I love uh machine AI, like Terminator type,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
like that's like the ultimate like lack of human regard type,
Yeah.
area. And I think
Well,
Gladys
that's
does
why
it
it's
so
so.
it's
Yeah,
so
that's why
funny.
she's so
It's
perfect because she has that lack of regard for humanity, but at the same time she has so much personality, and
yeah.
not at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And in
I
Portal 2, she's not. She doesn't play the role of the villain, but she's with you, and she's just as hilarious in Portal 2.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I 100% agree. I think this is that easy S tier. I think this is definitely like when you think of a good villain, full package character. But like I love villains that you fall in love with. Like I think
Yeah.
GLaDOS is a villain you fall in love with.
Oh yeah.
So good. Okay,
We don't
perfect.
have him on this list, but shout out to Wheatley too from Portal 2. Wheatley's great too.
Wheatley is great. Okay, you go ahead.
Meta Knight. Meta Knight's a badass. I want to say A. Aussie's well, actually, you know what? Meta Knight's badass, but like he's also probably one of the most questionably villain not villain on this list because like he has helped. He's more of like an anti-hero type character.
Yeah, I see. I
He's
think
definitely a
I
bad
almost
boy.
I can almost put him in bad boy just on default because I feel like A and S really is just characters that are against you. Like overall, I feel like
Okay.
it's gonna be hard to not have a character that
Yeah,
isn't
it's hard
like
to have a villain that's super strong when they're not necessarily your villain in
yeah,
some of the.
yeah. I agree. Meta Knight, all
That's
but
fair.
fantastic, cool looking character. Bullshit top tier character in PM, but that's fine. God damn it. Freaking cool character, man. Love.
Oh yeah.
I love the look. So edgy. Meta Knight's so edgy. I love Meta Knight.
It's super edgy. That
Super
sword
edgy.
is sick too. Meta Knight is the coolest thing about Kirby.
Yeah, facts. Easily,
Yeah.
easily. Okay, pretty simple. Let's go. Andrew Ryan. Now, obviously, has the name that I'm very familiar with. Andrew Drew. I'm just kidding. Ryan. I think. I think on paper, he's kind of fucking nuts. But I don't really. I didn't actually fully go through all of Bioshock, so I don't have
Yeah.
the full like impact of how crazy he is.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems like a crazy rich dude that like went a little nutso. I don't know if it's really full full villain. I kind of want to put him in just commonly villainous. I feel like BioShock fans would be mad at that. But I think I think he's just a guy. He's a guy doing his thing.
I want to fight for higher
Really?
because
Okay.
yeah, I haven't. I also actually I've played some of BioShock. I haven't played all of it. I have seen some stuff about it, and I particularly the one that stood out the most when I was looking up famous famous video game villains, or the best video game villains. He was on almost every single list. And I was kind of like, I was in the same boat. I was kind of like, why is this average guy on all these lists? And it seems like the whole thing is that even though it's lore wise, it's considered that he's like an extreme atheist. Out of a lot of the characters on this list, he seems to have the biggest god complex out of everyone. And the whole thing is that like he's making this all for him to exert his own power or something. And I feel like that is a very real. I think that's a compelling villainous trait, especially when it's just kind of like a regular guy.
Yeah, you're right.
As
Jeff
opposed
Bezos
to-
really does do that.
Yeah. No, but really though, like that's something that I like. If you have a character who's literally a god, and they're like, "I'm a god, I'm above all of you," it's like it makes sense a little too much. But when you have someone who's just like a regular guy, a successful, rich businessman, and he's like, "I'm above all of you," it's like, okay, this guy's fucked up in the head, you know?
There's definitely some impact with that.
I do think there's interesting concepts at play with that.
You thinking?
So,
Thinking
yeah, I wanna-
maybe Bad Boy then?
We can do Bad Boy, yeah.
All right, we'll throw him in
Okay,
the beats
Bad
here.
Boy.
I think we'll throw him in the beats here. All right, I like that. All right, well, we're about halfway done. We're gonna do a couple. I think a couple lightning round ones. Some ones that
Lightning
we're
round
not too
ones?
familiar with.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's do it. All right, M. Bison.
M. Bison. M.
going A.
Bison. Yeah, he's pretty. He's pretty scary. The classic
Kinda
dictator. Just looks dictator.
Yeah. Classic dictator, very badass. In the Street Fighter movie, I know that doesn't necessarily count, but he's incredibly iconic in the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, he's menacing. He's got, I don't know, he's got the big cleft, the big chin. You know, that's always evil. Having a big chin's evil. Just like Wily, but apparently that doesn't count. Anyways,
big presence
I
in
could
Street
say A. I
Fighter,
could say A.
All right, your turn.
Yeah, I don't have much impact with him. Let's go. How about Dr. Cortex from Crash Bandicoot? Another
Doesn't scare me.
hair on the side character. He's definitely a goofball.
He's.
I can
dumb.
see it doesn't
don't
scare.
like
You know, he's not dumb.
He's dumb.
He's got some personality. He's wacky.
He's got
zany.
personality. I don't know.
He's zany. I
I
like
mean,
him.
that's how I feel about. That's kind of how I feel a lot about Crash in general, because not Crash himself, but like that series. There's a lot of stuff where I'm like, they're clearly just trying to be like, whoa, look at that, whoa, crazy, and like I feel like Dr. Cortex represents that to a T, and I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Okay, all right, hey, fair enough. I mean, he doesn't scare me much either. That's fair. I think he's a good villain. I grew up
not
with Crash
scary.
and Spyro. I grew up with Ripto, you know. But I see
Sucks.
somebody's Nintendo biases are kind of slowly creeping into this.
Hey, Wizpig isn't D.
That's true. You're right. Wizpig is a D. All right, that's fair. All right, Dr. Cortex D. I'm down for that.
All right, let's do Andros.
Ooh, Andros.
Big scary
Fun-
monkey face.
Fun fact, I was literally so terrified of Andros as a little kid going to my friend's house to play Star Fox. I would literally not fight him. I would just put the controller down, give it to my friend Joey. I literally could not fight him as a little kid. He scared the shit out of me. Giant face. It's just a giant face. It freaked me out. Freaked me out hard. For that alone, I want to give him at least Bad Boy. For nostalgia.
He's got Mad
nightmares.
Scientist. Interesting. Okay, I'm okay with Bad Boy. I think he's got Mad Scientist vibes too. I didn't really even know that. I find it strange though, that like he's got the whole monkey thing going on, but there was that one time where he's literally just like a polygonal face.
Yeah, literally just a face. He's just a giant face.
What's up with that?
He's terrifying. He's he's just a giant face guy. But yeah, he is like a mad scientist.
Just,
You know,
just big scary face guy.
but he just got a giant face. You know that's scary, man. Don't mess with giant faces.
All right, let's keep moving.
All right, we'll keep it going. Let's go. How about all right, let's go Bowser Jr.
Oh, Bowser Jr.
Fuck off, Bowser Jr. I think Bowser
Serious?
Jr. Yeah, Bowser Jr. Big fuck off.
Oh my god.
I think Bowser Jr. is a fine character, but as a villain, fuck off. As a character, he's cool. I know you love Bowser Jr., and I feel like I feel like you like him as a character too much to not see how shitty he is. First off, he's like the only minion in here that we are
He's not a
we are
minion.
ranking. He's a minion, bro. Come on, I'm sorry. Compared to we have some hitters on this list. And Bowser Jr. is iconic, but
Bowser Jr. is responsible for Shadow Mario and literally all of the graffiti in Super Mario Sunshine.
But like he lives in the shadow of Bowser, like no matter what.
No, he doesn't. He's his son, and Bowser has trouble controlling him.
He lives in the shadow of Bowser, like in the grand scheme. Like I think you like him too much. I think you like him too much. I think he's such a cool character. I like Bowser Jr. a lot as a character, but I think as a villain, he falls apart. I think most things you see with Bowser Jr. is him in like a Mario Party as a villain space. You know, in sports games or driving as just like he's sinister. No, maybe not sinister. He's even too evil of a description for him. He's he's bad. I can say bad boy if you really want, like maybe bad boy.
See, you go from F to B.
I mean, because he's bad. I mean, he's not. Listen, he's not a villain. It's either F, D, or B. He's not even commonly villainous, even though that doesn't really work with a tier list overall. He does not scare me. I can say he could fuck off villain wise, but he's bad.
He's,
So
yeah, he's not. He's not really.
I'm just being. I'm
looking
being
up
true to the list. I'm being true to the list. I think his
I'm
villain
looking up
feats
all
aren't
of his
strong.
appearances. I'm looking up all of his appearances, and he's only been like the main antagonist like a few times, which is kind of a shame. I'm kind of getting him. I'm doing that thing that Nintendo does and everyone does where they confuse Bowser. Well, I'm not. I know the difference, but like a lot of people associate things Baby Bowser does with Bowser Jr.
Yep.
Because Baby Bowser is the main antagonist of like all the Yoshi's Island games, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
And
yep.
Bowser Jr. can't take responsibility for any of that stuff. So
he's. I'm telling you, I know
C,
how much
let's
you like
do
him.
C.
I
Yeah,
know
I'll
how much
C.
this hurts. I know how much this hurts. But
C's fine. No, you're right though, because
Yeah.
he's not the best villain. That does hurt though.
I'm sorry. I knew this one. I had to throw everything out. I just spilled out quickly before you took over.
All right, let's keep going. I'm gonna go with Pyramid Head.
Ooh, Pyramid Head.
What do you think of Pyramid Head? Because I don't think anything of Pyramid Head other than just a scary.
I mean,
dude.
he's generic scary. He just he's scary because the universe he's from is scary, but he himself,
Yeah.
he just looks like an NPC enemy to me. That's really all he is. So like, I don't want to. I would put him maybe commonly villainous. I think. Again, it's hard.
That's fair.
I'm not big into horror games, so.
The whole thing, like, he's not. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played the Silent Hill games, but isn't he basically just like a scary presence that's chasing you the whole time and wants to kill you? Like, is there anything more than that?
No, it's pretty much it. I'm sure there's more to it. I also have not really played Silent Hill. I don't know much more than just the lore, or not like the lore, but like the reputation of the character. But I mean, like I said, I feel like he's scary more because of like the atmosphere that he's in. Like, the game is meant to be.
I mean,
very
anyone with a giant bloody blade whose face is covered and is constantly chasing you down to hack you to bits is scary.
It's pretty scary, yeah. But like, I feel like scary. There's more to being a villain than just being scary. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, Ripto would be top tier right now. He's so
Ripto
terrifying
wouldn't
to look
be
at.
anything.
Yeah, he's so terrifying to look at. But I would say
He's
C.
not
I'd
even
say,
terrifying to look at. He's just annoying to look at. I hate him.
I think commonly villainous.
Yeah, commonly villainous is fine.
Okay.
C for Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, Silent Hill fans are gonna be like, these guys don't know
They're
what the
so
fuck
bad.
they're
Yeah,
talking
honestly,
about.
listen, I feel like there's a certain troop of people that are now so mad at us. People that play Resident Evil, Silent
That's
Hill,
alright.
those people. I'm sorry, that's just not us. It's not us. It's just not our game.
Yeah,
Be happy
played those
these
games.
people are in here and we're talking about them. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You
let's be
owe
real.
us that these people are
Yeah.
even on this list. Jeez.
All right, let's go. Let's go, Ridley.
Ridley, I want to fight for A or B.
I could see that. I think Ridley is
Leader of the space pirates, killed Samus's parents. That's badass.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Really scary looking too. Just a scary looking thing. The wings are always scary. Wings are a big plus, especially if you have one wing. We'll talk about that soon though. But wings big plus. Yeah, I think A. I could easily see A. I don't have as much deep personal impact with Ridley. I've always thought Ridley was cool, always edgy looking. Ridley was terrifying in Subspace Emissary and Brawl, very important. I thought Ridley was super cool there. So I think awesomely villainous. I could see that.
Sadistic and bloodthirsty, Ridley delights in death and destruction and was responsible for the massacre of the colony K2L.
Yeah, that's good.
Did he not kill Samus's parents? I thought he did. I don't know. Badass either way.
Classic podcasters. 80% sure about everything. That's definitely me, man. But hey, listen,
And then
regardless,
wrong.
Ridley gets an A. Ridley looks like somebody that would kill Samus's parents at the very least. So Ridley gets an A.
That's
for
my
that.
headcanon that Ridley killed Samus's parents.
Ridley gets an A for that. All right, you pick.
Okay. This is one that you wanted to put on the list, and I kind of want to get into it. Let's do Quark.
Quark. Yeah. Oh, nice. All right. I mean, let's be real. Uh, he's Cork is
He
like
sucks.
he sucks. I mean, Cork does suck. I see. I really like Cork as a villain because he's like the fake superhero thing of like
Yeah, okay.
all of every citizen cheers for the great hero Cork, but he's kind of like a fraud. Like he never actually saves anybody. Like it's always Ratchet
Yeah.
and Clank saving people, and then eventually he also instantly is like the one to betray you to because like he thinks that the villains are going to win, the real villains are going to win, so he just instantly is like, yeah, I'll hop on board. He's like a Hercule from Dragon Ball Z almost.
Mhm.
I don't know if that actually helps or not for you, but I
No.
I love his he is the big confident he's so fucking full of himself in
Big
like that
macho man.
in that cartoony
I feel
way.
like I've seen
But
this character in other forms
Yeah.
of media.
he's almost like it's like a more blown up who's the pirate in Phantom Hourglass that always the captain
Lineback.
Lineback, like you know how he's always like he's like oh
Steinbeck.
yeah he's like I would totally be
Lineback.
saving the day right now, but my leg you know what I mean, like, and then
Yeah.
there's always a reason why he's not helping, and like he always ends up coming right after the issue's done, and he's like, I saved the day, like.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but
You
I
hate
wanted,
him,
I just
but-
wanted to throw him in because I like him, like just as a character. He doesn't scare me though.
Okay.
He's not meant to be a scary villain.
Okay.
I just wanted to give him an homage.
That's
he's
fair.
not. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wolf. What do you think about Wolf? Wolf
I
is
think Wolf-
kind of in that Meta Knight-ish anti-hero.
Well-
Not quite. Not quite. I mean, he's a villain, but he's got some gray area.
Wolf's whole thing is that like he's kind of like the arch rival of Fox, and he's
Yeah.
that is definitely also something to do with Fox's dad. Like Wolf and Fox's dad were like, maybe he killed him. maybe Wolf killed Fox's parents,
I think you really like.
and then
you
Ridley
like this
killed Fox's parents too. No, but Wolf, the
Corey's a
Star
Harry
Wolf
Potter
team,
fan. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, everybody kills the main character's parents.
yeah. The Star Wolf team is the antithesis of the Star Fox team, and I feel
Yeah.
like they're always like in it for the wrong reasons, and like they feel like really bad guys to me. I want to put Wolf in A.
A tier. Okay, interesting.
Wolf O'Donnell, what a name, and that theme too. Oof.
The Wolf theme is really good. Definitely good. I like. Yeah, I guess I can see him. I think there's a couple villains that I feel like he's not
He's
like
like
a
an
true
outlaw.
evil. Yeah, he's not like a true evil. He's just like I don't know. He's like I feel like I want to say bad boy not as the tier but as a descriptor. Like he's a bad boy. But not as a tier. Like I could see where A makes sense for him overall as awesome as
Yeah.
the villain is.
For sure.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And they were basically employed by Andros, so like they're on the bad guys team. They're smugglers. They're evil guys. They do bad stuff.
Now, you really think though? Saying that out loud now.
Yeah.
That's on the same caliber as somebody like Giovanni? Because you seem more like a tiny cog in the machine when you put it that way.
No. Well, that makes me want to put Giovanni in S, not Wolf in B.
See, darn. I was gonna say I was trying to see if I could trick you, trying to back you into a corner. All right, never mind. We'll put both today. All right, you pick one. You pick one.
Okay, let's go with Nightmare
Ooh,
from Soul Calibur.
ooh, Nightmare.
Nightmare's a badass. The first actual Nightmare, canonically, is I think Siegfried. But the
Yes.
whole thing of Nightmare is that it's like an ancient curse or like a demon that like possesses whoever touches the blade, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, whoever wields soul edge.
Corrupts. Whoever
Yeah, it corrupts you,
Whoever
yeah.
wields soul edge becomes a nightmare and they get corrupted. And Nightmare
Yeah.
the character from like Soul Calibur or Soul Calibur 2, I think that's Siegfried, right?
That is Siegfried, yeah, because Siegfried originally wields Soul Calibur, then I think loses it and then wields Soul Edge to become Nightmare, like the Nightmare that we know.
Okay, yeah.
I for one I love me a cursed artifact type evil because that's
Yeah,
like a
for
again
sure.
that's like a mindless
Th-
evil. That's like a it's
that's
like
an
a
enduring
uh,
evil.
yeah, it's like a nature elemental type evil. Like there's no like like that it fills the vessel and like the evil is almost different with every nightmare. Like but still kind of the same. Like it just all of it is that's such a cool idea to me. So much so. I personally want to throw him in A tier. I think that's a very
Okay, yeah.
villainy presence. If you
Awesomely
will.
villainous.
Yeah, awesomely
You know,
villainous.
I'm looking at A tier right now, and I'm seeing some ones that we put in A tier that are not quite on the same level as some of the other ones.
I think so too.
I
I think
think
Giovanni should be doesn't scare me.
no. Giovanni, Dracula, Nightmare, maybe Dimitrescu. I think all belong in A, and Bison, Ridley, and Wolf kind of are just striking me as bad boys now.
I think maybe compared to them, I kind of yeah.
Because
Actually, I
like
can
we
see that.
we
I
are
can see that.
talking about if Nightmare an enduring evil curse, like we just talked about how that's such a cool concept. That's not on the same tier as badass outlaw.
Yeah, that's
I
very
don't
true. You're
think
right. No, I think you're right. I
in
think you're
terms
right.
of villains.
I think
Like
it's very. I think it's that's very reasonable. Yeah, I think this makes more sense. I think that already makes more
Okay.
sense. Um, so we'll
Okay.
give a whole overview of all of everybody in each tier
Yeah.
soon.
Of course, of course.
All right,
Got to keep rolling though.
Gotta keep
Still
rolling.
got some left.
I know so many. All right, let's go Waluigi. Uh,
Waluigi's S tier. I don't want to hear any arguments.
I understand. That's
Come on.
totally fine. Waluigi.
Good.
Oh, fantastic villain. My favorite character in the new Mario Party.
The fact that he only exists because Wario needed a tennis doubles partner
Amazing.
is fantastic.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah,
He's
Waluigi.
he's not even like in any real Mario games. He's only in like the side
sports games.
carts and the sports and the parties, and he's always just like a bad guy in those games. And it's so funny. He's the best.
He just literally, and they just literally gave him generic evil things like tall, slanky
Yeah.
body, evil, pointy mustache.
He's
Done.
gross. He looks
Like,
slimy. Ugh.
yeah, he does. He just looks icky. Like he
And also
he-
sexy.
at the same time. Yeah, he's got the rose. Oh my god. Oh, the rose. Okay, yeah, Waluigi S tier. Yeah,
He's the
wrap it
prime
up. Wrap it up.
sports villain.
Oh my god.
All right. In that same vein, let's do Wario.
Wario. Okay.
What do you think?
Wario
of
does
Wario?
not. I don't think Wario has much impact to me personally, as Waluigi does. I think also
Not as
'cause,
much
like,
as Waluigi.
I think Wario is just overshadowed by Bowser because Wario is just
Oh, definitely.
like you know again if you're gonna think of like the antithesis to Mario, it's Bowser. You're never gonna think Wario. It's always Bowser.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're
like
right.
I think
Well,
that
so-
alone puts him. I think he's a bad boy. Listen, I think he's
Bad
a
boy is
bad boy.
perfect. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
I think he's
I
a
want-
bad boy.
The only thing I want to say about Wario, which I do think is cool, is that Super Mario Land 2, Six Golden Coins, he was the main antagonist and final boss of that game.
Yeah.
And that's his first introduction. And from, I don't remember where I heard it from, if it was in like a Did You Know Gaming video or if I was reading it from somewhere, but I heard that basically the people that were developing that game, the team that was developing that game, didn't really want to make a Mario game. And Wario is kind of their like retaliation at being like, we're not gonna put Bowser, we're gonna put this weird, even worse, fat, exaggerated Mario as the bad guy.
Turn the
know,
M upside down.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like Mario, but everything about him is worse and ickier.
Yeah.
And then after that, he just became basically like a kart and sports rival type thing.
Yeah.
But also, Wario has several games, like full series of games where he's the protagonist, and I love him in those. So
Yeah, no. Again, like I said, I think just like Bowser Jr., I think Wario's a great character, but I think just as a villain, like again, we're going.
He's a
for
bad boy.
villains. He's a bad
He's a
boy.
bad
He's a
boy.
bad boy. He's
Yeah.
a bad boy. You know what I mean? He gets around. He's a bad boy.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Let's.
you go.
So now we have some like primordial evils left.
we're saving. We
for
have
some
some big
villains.
guys now.
We saved some gunners out here. I think let's just get this guy out of the way though, because he's icky and I don't like him. King Dedede. Where are you putting King Dedede? King Dedede. D doesn't scare me.
Not Listen, a good villain.
All I want to do is shout out my friend the Mole Drifter who mains King Dedede, and he loves King Dedede more than anything on this goddamn planet. Dedede still does not scare. Dedede, D tier. It just makes sense. Put him at D's.
D.
Exactly. And that's all I want to say. All right, your turn.
Nothing more needs to be said.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do, because I'm the resident cool Zelda guy on here. I want to do Vaati, because fitting in with most of like the rest of the guys that we got on here are all heavy hitters. Vaati's not that, honestly. Vaati's awesome, and I think a big sentiment that a lot of people who like Vaati share are that they want more of him, because really Vaati's backstory and any development at all for Vaati is all in the Minish Cap, where you find out that he used to be a Minish and he stole the Minish Cap and then wanted the power for himself. I think that's pretty compelling, and especially in his sorcerer form, he's like awesome and incredible. And if they develop on that, I think he could be maybe like A, maybe S. It like there's not enough there to argue that now, but as it is, just big scary eyeball Vaati, I'm thinking either B or C.
I actually was gonna put C. I wasn't sure if that'd be too insulting to the love of Zelda.
I think that's fair.
But I think you're right. I think he's not fleshed out enough. I think he really could be super cool. It's just, if Ganondorf wasn't such a presence, like villain wise, then it would be
for sure.
It'd be
even they're not even on the list of Zelda villains. Like if you go check out, we did villains in Tier Force Heroes, and there are several other just one-time appearance villains that are done better or are cooler than Vaati. And it kind of sucks that Vaati appears in 3 Zelda games, both of the Four Swords games and Minish Cap. And the way it ended up working out is that Minish Cap, like Four Swords, was the first game that Vaati appeared in. Even though it was being developed at the same time as Minish Cap, it ended up coming out before. So the first appearance of Vaati we get is literally just big, scary, dark eyeball that kidnaps the princess. And there is no more
nothing else.
No more exposition. So C is fine.
And that deducts points. So so C tier. All right. Let's go Ganon, not Ganondorf, but Ganon. Just good old
Pig Ganon.
Blue Pig Ganon, the real whiz pig, if you will.
The true whiz pig.
The true whiz
for
pig,
sure,
if you will. I think he's an A.
You think he's awesomely villainous?
I think he's pretty awesomely villainous. I think he's got the magic, I don't know, evil magic wizard. That's pretty compared to Wizpig anyways. But especially I feel like we haven't really gone. Listen, there's a magic wizard in my heart here that we haven't gotten to. That I will argue pretty well for, but I think he's villainous. I really want to put him at Bad Boy. I feel like Bad Boy's an insult to Ganon, overall.
No, Ganon's bigger than Bad Boy. Yeah. I mean, both Ganon and Ganondorf, it's like everyone remembers Ganondorf, I think, specifically because of Ocarina of Time or because of the 3D games, but like Ganon started it all.
That's true.
And Ganon, canonically as a character, it's like basically the same deal as Ganondorf. They're one and the same. Really.
Yeah.
In all games where Ganondorf is there, Ganon is also there. This artwork, though, is specifically like Blue Pig Ganon, and I do think Blue Pig Ganon needs more love. Because he's a badass. He's classic. He's super cool.
You think an S
both
then?
Ganon and... I'm okay with A. We can do A.
I think let's definitely put even though this... Spoiler, but this not spoiler, but this is not ordered. Although just for the sake of my ownness, I've been like slowly, randomly putting them in kind of an order. I think Ganon's high A at the very least. Not that it should actually matter, but yeah, he's up there in the A tier. He's comfortably sitting in A tier. He's not on the edge. He's comfortably sitting in A tier.
Ganon's always like in charge. And that's what I think is super cool. In any game where there is like Ganon, like true Ganon, it's like he's the big bad, and like he's either already like A Link to the Past. He already got to the Triforce, and he already
Yep.
took over the Sacred Realm, which became the Dark World, and that's all his. And like even in the original one, like he already kidnapped Zelda. Hyrule was already in ruins. He's cool. And the recurring thing with Demise's Curse, which we'll talk about with Ganondorf, because I feel like Ganondorf gets more credit for that, which doesn't make sense
Yeah.
because they're both. It's the same
Yeah,
thing,
it's the same thing. Yeah,
but that's another cool aspect of Ganon.
yeah. Well, here, you wanna round it off and go Ganondorf now.
All right, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
Ganondorf then.
yeah. I think
Ganon-
iconically, I think if I want to put them, I want to put one of them S, one of them A. Even though
Ganondorf has to be S tier, I think.
I feel like true fans know Ganon is like more evil than, I guess you can't really argue which one's more, but
Well, I mean it.
you can't
it
really
depends.
argue it, but yeah, it does.
It just
depend.
depends on the, because there's some game like Wind Waker, or no, Twilight Princess is a better example. Twilight Princess, like during the final boss fight, I think it's like the second phase is Dark Beast Ganon. You fight
Yeah.
Beast Ganon. He turns into Beast Ganon. You do a fight with him, but the final battle is a 1v1 sword fight with Ganondorf at the end.
Yeah. Hmm.
They treat it in different ways. Sometimes it's like Beast Ganon is like a last resort, unleashing all of its power, turning into this true beast form. In other ones, it's like an ability type thing he has.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Just like another form.
The
But not
reason
like
I
his
think
true self.
Ganondorf is a tier above Ganon, or the reason I think it's okay for this list, is that like villains, I think a lot of people love to have a villain that you could point at like a guy and be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that guy. That
Yep.
guy's up to no good. And the way that they incorporate Ganondorf, not only in Ocarina of Time, which is iconic and incredibly well done with the story, incredibly impactful, his appearances in Wind Waker, top notch.
Top notch in Wind Waker.
And some people have qualms about his appearance in Twilight Princess, but even in then, I think he is incredibly menacing and intimidating.
Yeah, I think so. I think I know we talked about it before. I think Twilight Princess is like one of the coolest looking Zeldas. I love the look of Ganondorf, Link, and Zelda in Twilight Princess. So like I would 100% agree with that statement fully. So yeah, I think Ganondorf
Ganondorf
S.
and
I
S.
think easy S tier.
Cool.
All right,
All right, who's next? Is it me or you?
you go.
All right. I want to do. There's a few Final Fantasy guys on here I kind of want to talk
one out.
about because
Yeah.
I don't really know two of them. So let's do Sin.
Ooh, Sin, nice. Okay, Sin. Do you know anything?
from 12?
No,
right?
this is from 10. This is from Final Fantasy 10. Yeah,
with Tidus.
With Tidus, yes, correct, with Tidus.
Okay, that's the
so,
one I was thinking of.
So Sin, what he is a this giant monster that literally, like, the entire world essentially has to live with this creature that just roams through the planet. Whenever it's near a village or an island, it just destroys it to the point that they just have to deal with it. Like, there's like factions that are trying to figure out how to destroy Sin. The whole religion in this game is that these summoners go on pilgrimages to temporarily banish Sin away from the world, to give the world a calm era. Usually it's 10 years of peace before Sin magically comes back. And again, it's just so powerful. It literally releases little scales and these monsters that just ravage across the land.
Yeah.
But like I think like it's such a cool. He's so cool. It's such a cool thing. For this, like, it's just this like primordial ancient creature. And there's like more to like the actual story of like who Sin actually is or what Sin actually is. But in terms of like the evilness, it's almost like, I'm trying to think of how to put it, because it's not quite a villain, to be honest with you. There's like another.
Well, that's kind of what I'm where we place it kind of, I think it's hinging on that, because for me I'm thinking that does sound badass, but it sounds like it's almost like a force of nature, like a
Yeah, it's
hurricane
almost
isn't a good villain.
yeah. That you're right. That's true. It's almost like it's like a weird Alduin, to be honest with you. Like
Like
I don't.
how much of what sin does is like conscious or intentional,
It,
you know?
I would argue it. That's hard to say. You're right. I guess I would argue that it is intentional, but in like a really the plot's almost too complicated to like actually say without
Yeah,
just me
to
explaining the whole plot, which is
sure.
like a lot of Final Fantasy games to be fair. Actually, yeah. Honestly, with that, I'd put him in Bad Boy. Personally, I'd put him in Bad Boy.
Bad boy, okay.
Yeah,
We can do
'cause I
bad
feel
boy.
like he's not common. He definitely scares. Trust me, if you play the games, it's a scary thing. Like, I mean, maybe I also hate things in water. Like I know I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
That terrifies me. Sid is in water all the time, so that like to be fair, that's probably part of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd say Bad Boy.
All right. You're next.
Let's go. Let's do one that we can both talk about. Let's talk about the Radiance from Hollow Knight.
Ooh, the Radiance.
I
So we've talked about ones like Gygus and ones like Nightmare, where it's like it's almost like something more than just a person. And the Radiance is like a being that you can track down and point to and say, like, this is who's responsible. But in the plot of Hollow Knight, really the bad thing that's happening is the infection. And the
very
infection
true.
is the memory of the Radiance. So it has that kind of same corruption element. But I just love that it's all based on this whole thing of like, don't you can't forget me. Like the memory of the Radiance is what's causing these bugs to go mad. And I just love the fact that it's the Radiance, the light, and they're bugs, so they're drawn to the light.
Hmm.
I think that's
It's it's such a cool villain concept.
yeah.
It's so unique. I think personally, I think A tier. I think it's almost too unique. Does that sound weird? Too unique to throw in an S? I almost feel like it's almost too niche to throw an S.
Like too niche.
Yeah,
I do think it's sweet that like you get. Well, I don't know, because it depends how much. All of Hollow Knight is like you get what you put into it. So if you're going
Yeah.
and you're finding all these bits of lore and you're learning about what Hallownest was like before the Pale King, and you find that little statue of the Radiance, that one that's up there, way up there in the corner of the map. Like I think those could add enough to the point that when you finally get to the Radiance, you get within the dream world of the Hollow Knight and you find the Radiance. Like that's crazy. I think that's super cool. It's like cutting off the infection at the source. And I
yeah.
think that's like super high level villain stuff, but at the same time, I don't know.
I I could. I guess I really could. I could see why it's an S tier overall. I guess I don't know why. To me, it looks more right for it to be an A, but maybe I'm just being weird.
I don't know. We could do A. I don't know.
No, I feel like you've been compromising too much. You pick this one. A or S. A or S.
Let's do. Let's do.
What does your heart
A.
say? A tier. Are you
Let's
sure?
do
A tier. All right, we'll do A tier.
Like I want to do S, but I also kind of feel like that would just be bias.
Hmm.
Because like that's fantastic, but the Radiance herself, like the being, I don't. There's not really enough personality there. There really is no personality,
Yeah.
which is kind of similar. Which you know what? It's the same as the Nightmare, so the same tier.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. You're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So yeah,
Why
it
are
makes
we
sense.
overthinking this?
Yeah. You're right. A tier. A tier. It's A tier. Okay. You pick.
All right. Okay. Let's do. Let's do the other Final Fantasy one. Let's do Kefka.
All right. S tier. In my opinion, S tier. Kefka
Automatic
is
S tier for Kefka.
automatic
Okay,
S tier. So, like, Kafka's kind of like known. Kafka's like, again, if you're a true Final Fantasy fan, you don't pick Sephiroth. You don't pick like Sin slash like Jecht. you like Kefka is like is he's like the epitome of deranged, like he's chaos, he's a chaotic evil. Like he does not care about anything. He kind of has that like change and snap, like he has crazy random tantrums, but at the same time will then just all of a sudden make fun of you, all of a sudden have like a wacky insane like quote about like hurting people or wanting to cause death and destruction because it's fun. It's like super wild and wacky. He's this powerful mage that was, like this test subject that was gifted magic, like it was trying to be the first magic knight, and he goes pretty much wild and insane, and he snaps due to that, and then he wants to pretty much destroy the world because he can. Why not? It's fun. Um, so wacky, and like he has so much personality. Like constantly laughs at you. He definitely is that like type of like you didn't play a lot of Oblivion either, which stinks. But he's
No.
like Wabbajack, like literally like the god of insanity in that game, where he literally is just like if you're next to him in a room, you literally have no idea if you're going to just die, if you're going to literally get like crushed into an atom of nothing, if your head's gonna bloom into like a flower, or like it could be anything. He probably doesn't do any of those specific things, mind you, but like his insanity, you know what I mean? It's the Joker with magic.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that's the vibe that I was getting.
Yeah, it's the Joker with magic. And I think for that reason alone, like I would want to throw him S tier. That's just me. I would say no lower than A, but S tier personally.
All right. That's your
Yeah, that's
no
honestly
argument,
that's
so
that's
fine
my no
by
argument
me.
one. Yeah, so yeah.
Can't say anything anyways.
Let's go Majora.
Majora is a villain that I have now. Majora's Mask isn't one of my favorite Zelda games. I do love it. It's growing on me more, and something that I have always thought was fantastic about Majora's Mask is the mask itself and the character Majora itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think this might be the single thing in the Zelda series that everyone who has played this game wants to know more about is Majora. Mm-hmm. Because they play the character of Majora with such a perfect level of like absurd mystery, but also a terror element to it. Mm-hmm. Because the entire game, it's like, oh, Skull Kid stole this mask and it started doing a bunch of bad stuff. And really, it's framed the whole game as if Skull Kid's the bad person, right? And then at the end of the game, the mask dumps Skull Kid, starts talking on its own, and says, a puppet that is no longer useful is mere garbage, and this puppet's role has ended. And then just starts doing crazy stuff. It gets sucked up into the moon, and then you go up into the moon, and it's like a field with these weird children running around, and the one that's sitting in the middle has Majora's Mask on, and it's like, do you want to play a game? I don't know.
This is another, like, again, like, I love cursed objects.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's such a cool evil.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, is that, like, it's the whole ancient tribe, right?
Yeah,
that used to do, like, evil magic and stuff, and no one really knows for sure what's in this mask, what this deity is. And I think a huge thing that adds to it too is the mystery of the fierce deity mask, because if you get all the masks in the game, Majora will say, let's play good guys and bad guys, you're the bad guy, and you get the fierce deity mask. So it's fierce deity versus Majora, and you're just thinking, what are these godlike creatures that are battling each other? Like, there's a perfect amount of mystery, and it's handled so subtly but so effectively. I want to put Majora in S tier for sure.
I'm totally down for that. I think, again, almost like within the trope. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
In the same vein as, like, Kefka or even Gygas, where it's almost like it's like an uncontrollable force, but that has, it's more poignant than something like Alduin or Sin, where it's like Kefka's an agent of pure chaos. Majora is just an instrument of pure evil
Yeah,
seeping through this mask, this persona, and it's like it's wild.
that's just so cool. And like the like anyone could put on the mask and become a puppet like Skull Kid was. Like that
Yeah.
is I get like that cursed object.
That's
type
scary
people.
stuff.
And yeah, it's very scary. And I think the look of the Majora's Mask is just so obviously iconic, but it's just so cool. Like even if you didn't know anything about it, like I think just looking at it, you would argue like that's a cool ass tribal mask. Like
Yeah.
it's just sick. I agree. I think S tier makes perfect sense.
So just for before we move on to these final four, which are all very big heavy hitters, I want to propose that we move Eggman down into A tier because Eggman does not belong with any of those guys.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
We're talking about primordial evils and pure essences of evil and darkness and chaos, and then you just
Eggman.
have fat Eggman.
All right, yeah.
I mean,
think-
Waluigi's goofy there too, but Waluigi makes sense.
Yeah,
Come on.
Waluigi is in a tier even higher than this if we could put it, but we just can't.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're actually gonna put
Wah
I'm
tier.
putting him right there. I'm putting him at the very very top.
SS for wow.
Yeah, for wow. All right. Yeah, we
Actually,
really do so.
Before we do these four, we have to do Handsome Jack.
Oh, we should do Handsome Jack. You're right.
Yeah.
Handsome Jack, personally, I think he's an S tier villain. I think he fills the GLaDOS niche. I know you haven't played Borderlands 2, so you can't appreciate how much just like how if you didn't play Portal, you couldn't appreciate truly how
GLaDOS.
good GLaDOS is. Handsome Jack literally is just in such control of Borderlands 2. He just constantly talks to you and talks about how shit you are, how there's no way in hell you could ever possibly beat him. He's like, I'm already halfway to the vault, man. It doesn't matter what you do. Like he literally is over the comms, joking with you about how he scooped out a man's eyeballs, and he's just walking around running into shit. And it's hilarious. Like, and he's like doing this whole story. He's like literally, you can hear him crying of laughter as he tells this story about how he like squashed this like village of people, these like poor people. Like you literally accept a quest from him where he says, hey man, I'm bored. I'll give you some money if you just jump off a cliff. Jump off this cliff and die, and I'll reconstruct you, but I'll just give you some money for it. And then when you do it, he just laughs at you because he's like, that's how much power I have over you. Like, I can just make you do things if I want. And I think it's very funny. I think he's a very interactable villain. You kind of love him. But that again, I know it. If you don't, I think he's at the very least an A. Again, I think he's a very iconic villain.
I don't have enough to say for sure either way. I just want to remind you who we have in S tier right now, one by one. We have Waluigi, who's not going anywhere.
Yeah, of course.
You have Gygus as pure evil. You have so your argument is that it's similar to GLaDOS.
He's similar to GLaDOS in terms of like the feel and like the attachment of the character as a villain.
Okay. I'm just thinking like if you look at all of these, bar Waluigi, because Waluigi is clearly the best out of all of these. The rest of them,
obviously.
you have Kefka, pure chaotic evil, Ganondorf, pure like lawful evil, like evil bad guy evil.
Yeah.
You have Majora, chaotic evil. You have GLaDOS, which is like almost not ambivalent, but like pure disregard for human life.
Yeah.
Evil.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and you have
right.
Gygus, which is like destroying humanity is nothing evil. I just want to know, do you think Handsome Jack belongs with them?
No. I think the only thing I need to argue really quick, this is the issue I think with sci-fi things. Sci-fi things becomes on a planetary scale due to the fact that it's sci-fi and like planets and like bigger scale. I could argue that he like literally wants the power of the Vault and to harness the Vault Guardian to like take over the universe, but like not in like, but in more of like a corporate evil like business way. Like he literally kind of Giovanni did. He took over one of the giant weapons manufacturers and like now rules a planet, and then took all of his resources to try to take over more planets. So like I think now that I'm thinking about it more, I'd put Handsome Jack in A tier. I think you're right. I think S tier, honestly, especially with big hitters like Waluigi in there.
I'm not saying you can't put him in S tier because
No, no, but
there are a
you
couple
are,
more that we got to talk about. I'm just thinking, like, do you?
no.
I want
I think
you
based
to believe
I think
it.
based on what
If
you said,
you
you're
really
absolutely
believe
right.
it,
No, I think what you said, I think truly A tier. I think he's awesomely villainous. Awesomely villainous is
okay,
Handsome Jack. Describes him very well.
okay.
Yeah, awesomely villainous.
It's almost
Handsome
like
Jack.
there should be like a something in between S and A for like the A.
On, almost like A plus tier,
Yeah.
but we it's okay. It's okay. All right, we have
All right,
some
so
big hitters. I could argue all these would
four
be S
left.
tier. Who knows? You pick first.
Let's do, because we were just talking about Kefka, we were talking about Chaos. Let's do the Joker. And now this is one where it's kind of weird because of course, the Joker not only originates in comic books. There have been so many adaptations of the Joker in TV series, in comics, in movies and stuff. This is specifically the Joker who appears in the Arkham games, the Arkham Batman games.
Mm-hmm.
And what can be said about the Joker that hasn't already been said?
Been said,
He
yeah.
is the pure embodiment of chaos, and it's similar to Kefka from what you're saying, but the difference is the Joker is more on like a crime level.
Yeah.
And that's almost more scary, like how much influence he's able to have just as like seemingly a not clearly not a normal guy, but physically a regular guy.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You're right. That definitely gives him some bonus points to be so powerful with what he has.
Yeah.
And
And
to
I think he's well. I don't know because we're just talking like he's a good video game villain because the Joker is a good villain.
yeah.
And he's the perfect foil to Batman. And also, this is the Joker that's voiced by Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill also voices Joker in the Batman animated show.
Mm-hmm.
He is, like, you can say all you want for, like, any of the people that have played the Joker in movies and stuff. Mark Hamill is the Joker that I think of when I think of the Joker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because he
The-
is
the voice-
he
the voice man.
nails that. The voice, the laugh, those games have great stories and great presentation, so much due to the Joker and Mark Hamill's performance as the Joker, because the Joker always has like a constant presence in those games. Even in there's like I don't remember what specifically the plot is. I think the Joker ends up like dying at the end of Arkham City. But even in
Yeah.
the next games, he's still such an enduring presence that he's like popping up to Batman in like hallucinations and in his mind and in flashbacks and stuff and like he's great. He's great.
He's a great villain. You're right. I think it's so hard because like are we like we're almost like S tier is so hard because it really is just like these like crank up the concept of evil to 15 and like and it obviously is almost like it's magical and like godlike.
And then you have all the other ones that aren't Waluigi.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then you have all the other ones that aren't Waluigi. I like it's almost an insult to put him in A, but I almost comparatively I want to put him like high A. Like I think I honestly I want to put him like I think I want to put him high A. I don't know if I want to put him S tier to be honest with you. I mean, I guess actually I don't know. He's an S tier villain. He's a superior villain. Honestly, if S tier really means superior villain, to what he fills in the role of what he's in, he really is a superior villain. Actually, I take that back. Talking out loud, he's S tier. superior villain.
Talked yourself out
Yeah,
of it.
I talked
All
myself
right.
out of it. Superior villain.
Let's do
He's
S tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on.
All right,
Three
let's
left.
go. Yep, let's go Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts.
Xehanort.
You
Now I haven't. I've touched some of the Kingdom Hearts games. I've also watched some of the Kingdom Hearts games, and I know for a fact I do not know or understand what the fuck is going on with the plot of the Kingdom Hearts games. I know there's
me,
crazy
and
stuff about,
everyone
like,
else.
Xehanort is like there's this timeline Xehanort and like there's this future Xehanort and like Xehanort is Sora and like they're the same or some crazy shit. I don't know.
I can't even begin to tell you how convoluted Kingdom Hearts is.
Yeah.
It's lost me personally. I fell out of it too because of how ridiculously convoluted it is. I have some friends that are huge Kingdom Hearts fans. Even they say how crazy the plot is.
Yeah.
I so like if we're just gonna look at descriptor value of Xehanort, he is again like he's the embodiment of like darkness. He opened his heart fully to darkness. Darkness has consumed him, and his only goal is to pretty much like turn Kingdom Hearts into darkness. Like darkness is the true light is like his like motto essentially. Like he's like so evil. Evil is the true right to the world. Personally, he's just a bald evil guy with a pointy beard. He does not strike much fear into me. I personally want to put him either at like C or B.
Wow.
Listen, I'm sorry if you're gonna get
I
beat
thought
up.
you. I thought
if
it
you're
would have
gonna
been.
if you're gonna get beat up by Donald Duck and Goofy, let's be real, by a fucking duck and Goofy, I cannot stand here and put him next to like a Kefka or
Sora.
Sora.
Gosh, Sora.
Like I again on descriptor value, he is up there. I know what he is, but what he is, does that make sense? He's
Sure.
a bad boy at best, in my opinion.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I'll take your word for it because I would have thought that you would want to put him in A or maybe even S, and I probably could have taken your word for it. But if you're saying bad boy, like we can do bad boy.
This is my own personal bias.
It seems like he fits there.
I
feel like he fits it with those guys. No?
Yeah, I think he does too. He has a little bit more, like I said, he has kind of more of like, especially because there's this whole time traveling aspect to Kingdom Hearts as well. Like, of course, to make a plot more convoluted, let's just throw in the time aspect. So like he kind of, like that, I think in my opinion, puts you on like a scale of power when you can start to traverse time or your influence affects time itself. But
yeah,
again, I'm sorry. You lose points. You lose points when Donald Duck is a threat.
A pantsless duck can beat the shit out of you.
Like when that's an option, when like literally you're sitting at your evil villain's conference room, and on the board you have to like write a little like watch out for the duck. Like,
well,
I'm sorry.
Remember the duck. Don't forget the duck and the lanky fucking dog.
Award, man. I'm sorry. Like you have to try again next year. Get rid of the duck first and come back and talk to me.
Okay. Bad boy it is then. Fine by me.
Man, this is so polarizing. What do I want to end off with? Personally, I want to end off with somebody, but I think it makes more sense to end off with the true iconic villain. So we're gonna go Sephiroth.
Let's do Sephiroth.
Sephiroth. I think again, this is obviously huge bias. I think Sephiroth is an incredibly iconic villain. People that have never touched a video game
definitely.
will be like, I kind of know that guy.
For sure.
I think he's S tier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree.
Kind of like perfect human. Like I am going to like just start over and use my mother's cells to remake humanity in the perfect image.
He's true like God complex material, right?
Huge God complex material. Yeah. Like,
it helps that he's the one winged angel thing. He's got like a God and Jesus thing going on. Like, I don't know. He's got the biggest fucking sword ever.
Dude, he exudes menace, and he's hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
menacing. I think he's literally. I can't picture him anywhere else, but like as a top tier villain. Like I think on reputational alone, almost like again, you haven't played Final Fantasy VII.
For sure.
You know who freaking Sephiroth is. Like
I have not played Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, but you know who Sephiroth is.
I do. I for sure know who Sephiroth is.
Exactly. That long silvery hair. He was like the first long hair villain. Like he's an iconic long hair villain
too.
Yeah, dude, Sephiroth. Like his theme, the orchestral him chanting of his theme. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's good. That's a good theme. Like also like him just like literally one of his great CGI scenes in the beautifully designed PS1 era was him in the fire, all the flames around his
Oh
face
yeah.
close up.
Oh man.
Evil man, that's evil. Yeah. So yeah, I think he's
He's like
tier.
a true iconic villain. Definitely.
All right.
All right. We got to end off with the one, the only Bowser.
Yep. Fuck off. I knew it. I knew it. I
King
agree.
King Koopa. The Bowser man. I mean, I like you can say as much as you want about what these people do in their games, but I don't I, I don't think anyone on this list has as much staying power or is as iconic as Bowser.
Except for Waluigi.
And what I well,
Of course. Of
Waluigi's
course.
on his
Yeah.
own level. That's a
Yeah.
given.
Yeah.
But Bowser,
I almost want to add Wa tier.
yeah, you can do it.
I
Add a
almost-
lot here.
I almost
Make it
I
purple.
almost-
Make it purple.
Yeah, I have to add Wa tier.
Wow.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
It only makes sense.
Fittingly, Waluigi has been moved up to Wah tier at the very top.
Yes.
But-
The epitome of villain.
Bowser, what really, because you can say like Bowser's played for laughs, he's goofy sometimes, but what I really love so much about Bowser is that he has done it all. They can play, depending on what the game is, they can change Bowser's persona to either have him be incredibly menacing and threatening, have him be an ally, or play him as a goofy Saturday morning cartoon villain. He is easily one of the most flexible and diverse villains on this list, in my opinion. And we've seen him with full voice acting, we've seen him with dialogue, we've seen him with just guttural animalistic growls, we've seen him with nothing.
And it works.
I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. I think you again, it's a villain tier list. You cannot help but think of Bowser.
For sure.
There's
In the
not
same
much
way
more
that
to
you
say,
think
man.
of Mario.
Yeah.
You think of video game characters, you think of Mario, you think of video game villains, you think of Bowser, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's almost not much to even be said. It's literally Bowser S tier. Period. Like, there's no room for debate.
No room for debate.
All right.
This is a long one.
This
I'm gonna
was
have
a
to cut out
hef-
some.
Yeah, this
some
was
junk.
a hefty boy. Yeah, this was a hefty
We've had
one.
longer.
We have, yeah. And you guys are listening. We appreciate that. Yeah.
So please, pretty please, tell us why we're wrong. Tell us why Pyramid Head is an S tier villain. Tell us why Ripto. No, don't tell. No one come at me and tell me Ripto's a good villain because he sucks. But if you want to say why GLaDOS actually sucks, or why Ganon sucks, or why Dr. Wily should be in S tier, go for it. Tell us why we're wrong. Tell us any villains you think we left out conspicuously, and give us any likes, positive affirmation. Give us a follow on Twitter at PlayerPowerPod, and all that junk. Ryan, where
Yeah.
can they find you?
You can find me at Shadowhawk SSB. It's a hawk with an E at the end. SSB on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, the works. Mostly Twitter, big Twitter guy. I've been posting clips again. I'm now a national winning Smash
A
player.
national treasure.
National treasure.
Really?
I'm literally Nicolas Cage. Watch all my movies. And yeah, but more importantly, definitely follow the Player Power Pod Twitter. Let us know, really your opinions on the list. Make your own list, please. We will share out this link, and feel free to take these people, mix it up how you like. Really, as long as you don't touch Waluigi. If you do not put Waluigi in the Wa tier,
Yeah.
I don't want your follow. Get out.
Brutal.
But it's true. It's true, man. We got to be truthful.
Waluigi is the greatest.
He is. He really is.
All right, and you can follow me on Twitter at Corey Richmond, on Instagram at crichmond6. Yeah, like we said before, follow us at Player Power Pod on Twitter. And I think that'll do it.
Guys, thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. We'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed.